Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Laura. I'm a teacher of English from Argentina, and today we're going to talk about... Oh, gosh. Can't remember now. Got a brain like a sieve. I'm racking my brains. I've had this topic on the brain all week long, and I can't remember now. Can you guess which word is missing in these idioms? A, head. B, brain. C, memory. Well done! The missing word is brain, and that's one of the key subjects of today's lesson. Let's take a look at this picture. Many different areas have lit up in this brain, and there are plenty of connections going on at the same time. Do you know which activity makes the brain light up like this? Choose one of these answers. A, playing golf. B, playing a musical instrument. C, playing chess. Okay, check it out for yourself. The correct answer is B, playing a musical instrument. So now that you know the answer, let's recap. In today's lesson, we're going to learn some interesting facts about how music impacts on the development of the brain. Have you ever read articles or watched videos in relation to these? Well, I would like you to take out a sheet of paper and draw 3 columns. In the first column, you're going to write all the information you already know about this topic. Regarding the second and third columns, you're going to leave them blank because we're going to go back to them at the end of the lesson. Now I'll present some interesting statements for you to decide if they are true or false. I would like you to write all your answers down because we're going to check them at the end of the activity. Ready? When you play a musical instrument, the left hemisphere of your brain doesn't work as much as the right hemisphere.
Music has been an important part of every human culture, both past and present. It can play a part in brain development, learning, mood, and even your health. There used to be a popular belief that music is processed in the right hemisphere of our brains, along with art and other creative activities. However, recent findings show us that music is distributed throughout the brain. Through studies of people with brain damage, we have seen patients who have lost the ability to read a newspaper but can still read music. Or individuals who can play the piano but lack motor coordination to button their own sweater. Today we know that music listening and performance engage nearly every area of the brain that we have so far identified.
False. Music can help us exercise more efficiently.
Another interesting aspect is how listening to music can affect our exercise regime. As our body realizes we are tired and wants to stop exercising, it sends signals to the brain to stop for a break. Listening to music competes for our brain's attention and can help us override those feelings of fatigue. A 2012 study showed that cyclists who listened to music required 7% less oxygen to do the same work as those who cycled in silence. So not only can we push through the pain and exercise longer and harder when we listen to music, but it can actually help us use our energy more efficiently.
True. Listening to music has the same impact on our brain as playing a musical instrument.
In the last few decades, neuroscientists have made enormous breakthroughs in understanding how our brains work by monitoring them with instruments like fMRI. So when researchers got the participants to listen to music, they saw multiple regions light up. But what's more interesting is that when they observed brains of musicians while playing an instrument, the whole brain lit up like sky with fireworks. So while listening to music engages some interesting brain regions, playing music is the brain's equivalent of a full body workout.
False. The more you practice playing a musical instrument, the stronger certain brain functions get.
Through brain scans, we have found that musicians have different brains than non-musicians. People who play an instrument have bigger, better connected, more sensitive brains. A study from 2008 showed that children who had at least 3 years of instrumental music training performed better than their non-musical counterparts on a variety of tests, mainly in auditory discrimination abilities and fine motor skills. But they also tested better on vocabulary and non-verbal reasoning skills, which involve understanding and analyzing visual information, such as identifying relationships, similarities and differences between shapes and patterns. These two areas in particular are quite removed from musical training as we imagine it, so it's fascinating to see how learning to play an instrument can help kids develop such a wide variety of important skills.
True. Playing a musical instrument benefits your memory.
It's also never too late to start learning an instrument. Seniors who play an instrument or sing with other people are more resistant to cognitive and memory problems. The reason might be the creation of alternative connections in the brain that could compensate for the cognitive decline as we get older. So both listening and creating music has its own benefits. However, music affects each brain differently, and someone's music can be another person's noise. And researchers have found that listening to music you like increases blood flow to the brain more than listening to music you don't like. To draw a line, you will always get more benefits in listening to music you actually like.
True. Now that you know the powerful impact music has on our brain, could you help me complete the following statements? 1. Playing a musical instrument is activity in terms of brain engagement. 2. You are never to start learning a musical instrument. 3. Musicians are likely to solve problems. 4. When playing a musical instrument, the left hemisphere is as the right hemisphere. 5. Other activities, such as doing sports, have proved to be taking into account the number of brain areas that get involved simultaneously. 1. The most complex. 2. Too old. 3. More effectively. 4. As engaged. 5. Less demanding. Well done! Before we move on, I'd like to bring up one more interesting fact. Do you know what song is considered the most uplifting by neuroscientists? Can you guess? Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, Don't Stop Me Now by Queen, Happy by Pharrell Williams. The correct answer is Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. No, not that one. I refer to the band. They were very popular in the 80s and over 120,000 people attended their last live concert. That's the whole population of the city of Castlebar in Ireland. Wow! As we've learned, music is very powerful because it helps people in many ways. Physically, psychologically, and emotionally. It plays a big role in tough times because music has the power of instantly changing our mood. Check out this headline. Radio presenters from 100 cities across 40 countries have drawn up a list of the songs they are playing to help their listeners get through the pandemic. I suggest that we draw up our own list. What song would you suggest? What What is the song that makes you feel absolutely happy? I'll leave you a link to a collaborative board on which you can write your contribution. At this point of the lesson, I would like you to go back to the columns you left blank at the beginning of the class. In the second column, I would like you to write all the facts that you've learned through this lesson. But wait, I'll help you recall by showing you some images. Now, in the third column, I would like you to write some questions you still have. So before we call it a day, here's more food for thought. I'll leave you a long list of articles for you to read and share what you find out with your class. Thanks for watching. Hope this lesson has been music to your ears. See you next time. Bye-bye.